Hi, this is Clay Dixon, and joining me is Grace Berkshire and Dodd Dixon. Here we are at the Cross Country Coaches National Youth Championship here at Percy Warner Park in Nashville, Tennessee. We're about to start off with the 2014. We're about to start off with the boys 13-14 4Ks. You see them lined up and ready to roll out. Loaded field, I believe, close to 200.
200 runners, almost 20 full teams. Got some interesting teams that we haven't seen for a while. Chicago Flyers. One that we don't have a full team for is Saginaw Speed.
Last year's winner was Clayton Adams from Brokaw Blazers. He's moved on to the next age division, so our top returner, I believe, actually entered into the race. Is Keaton Thornsberry. He came in 15th last year and was the 4th overall 13-year-old, and the guys are off for the 13-14 4K. The only 4K contested today. Team title went to Brokaw Blazer last year to a score of 23, so nearly perfect. They went 1, 2, 4, 6, and 10. Derby City Orange came in second with 133, and Nova Athletic Club 177 for third. So let's see if any of these teams can move up closer to Brokaw Blazer, or if Brokaw Blazer can get even lower than 23 points.
Ooh, that's a good ankle.
Don't believe Nova is competing this year at this championship, but we have some interesting new teams. A team that really don't know anything about, Wadsworth Woodridge Warp.
976, your current leader.
They were called the Wadsworth Flash last year, so changing up the name just a little bit.
That's David Andres from Philadelphia CYO. He's your current leader, and here comes again, there's Derby City. I believe that's Keaton Thornsberry, and he is a teammate with him as well. That's Keaton Thornsberry and Emerson Wells working together.
Also in the lead pack was Gabe Salsley with Wadsworth Woodridge Warp.
It's a tongue twister there. Still really deep here in the field as they're only approaching the 1 mile mark, so some of the teams are really bunched together. Haven't really gotten to take a look at who's your current team leader. But you can see the Philadelphia CYO with the red shirts. You see Brokaw just went by the screen. There's Team Kentucky, a couple of Hudson with the lighter neon greens.
Now the insert is about 200 meters or so up from the main shot.
We're be taking you towards the start and finish area as the runners loop back around for 2 big loops and 1 small loop heading towards the finish line. So it's basically a 3-lap course here at Percy Warner Park. I think that's one of the Monroe runners. That's a new team I haven't seen before.
Monroe Milers.
Yeah, I believe they have the purple jerseys, if I'm not mistaken.
Other teams that are new, Distant Demons. Tell you, got some tongue twisters here.
I just don't think you can talk. All right, back to your leaders. We got a race foreman here. We got the 2 Derby City runners. There is a Salsley, or how did you say it? It was
Salsley, Gabe Salsley.
You got a 4-man lead pack there, and they have about a 20-meter gap on the chase. And then here comes a flood of runners coming through. This runs right by Tent City. You see in the background there.
Want to thank the Vanderbilt paramedics. They've been providing medical assistance, been on site. Anybody that might be injured.
Well, I mean, I've only seen maybe 1 person have to be carried off today. And that's pretty good when you have 1,800. So 1 out of 1,800 runners getting hurt.
Oh, yeah,
That's a great ratio there.
Yeah.
All right, looking a little bit on the team scores. I saw a couple of Derby City Lightning in the front pack, but Slowly moving up, I'm seeing some Brokaw Blazers. And again, Philadelphia CYO, always one of the dominant forces in this age group now. I mean, now I believe these same group of kids, you see them as they age over the last few years, they're just really dominating. Because I remember a few years ago we were talking about Philadelphia CYO in the 9-10-year-old division. Like, they were one of the best teams in those that age division. As they age, they're maintaining that same group or adding some more people into it. And here they are in the 13-14 age, dominating again. So they got that winning attitude instilled in their running nines.
Well, one of the small groups that I saw, they had T-shirts and it says "Tradition starts now," and that's basically what you're saying. Start the tradition now with the young kids, and then have it go all the way through the national championship program. And it's interesting to talk to some of these runners. Talked to a young runner out of the Nashville area, and she was able to differentiate between the competitive and the championship part of her season, and you could tell that she was a really smart runner. There's a Belvedere Tornado runner coming in, number 126. That's runner Orston, Ozartun.
See that it was David Andres, really a big lead here on the second loop. Behind him, that is Gabe Zousley. And then there's Thornsberry and Wells moving up behind them. So it looks like Andres made a big move there, 11:61. That is Jack Doyle leading the chase pack there. Big pack of runners wearing just black jersey. I believe those are just unattached runners. Not going to affect the team score. Brokaw Blazer, Team Kentucky. Looks like Accelerator, another Brokaw. Here comes another Brokaw. Philadelphia CYO, 3 in a row. Hudson and Elgin Sharks. There's two Kentucky Derby, or Derby City. So it's looking pretty mixed up right here. But I saw quite a few Brokaw Blazers up front. So your team favorite here at about the second loop on a 3-loop course. Battle between the Philadelphia CYO and Derby City right now for second place, but still a lot can change over the second half of the 4K. There's Team Kentucky. There's a CERC. Don't know what that stands for.
Southern Indiana Running Club.
Southern Indiana Running Club.
Hudson Youth just ran by the neon green. Nashville Youth Athletics in the black and white. Who's that in the orange?
That's Derby City.
Derby City. Derby City out of Louisville, Kentucky. Brokaw Blazer. That one is the East. Don't know where East is from. Unattached runner, probably.
Be wrapping up in this section in just a minute. Be taking you back to your leaders, as we had a big move by David Andres, opening it up there, and the chase pack still in striking distance, and let's see if they can hang on. There's the Team Kentucky pack. Run Akron, one of the clever names I haven't seen before. There's I believe another team, another Akron.
That's Drake Wethington that just ran off the screen, running for Team Kentucky.
Followed by Team Kentucky teammate Liam Dale.
All right, taking you back to your leaders. This is closer to Tent City again. This is a 3-lap course. There is Andres really blowing away the field, scaring some of those runners behind the bush.
They were shocked by his pure speed.
Yeah, look at that. Not expecting a runner to come through so quickly.
Got a big gap.
There you see the Thornsberry and Wells moving up on the Akron runner, I believe. That is, that was Gabe Zousley from Wadswood Warp.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
And you see a big chase back looking to take him down here. Brokaw Blazer, I believe this is their first second. There's Team Kentucky. There's another Brokaw Blazer.
There's Jarrett Crawford, Team Kentucky's #1 runner in this race right now.
I think this is the 5th Brokaw Blazer on the screen right there. See a couple of Philadelphia CYO, 2 more Derby City. It's looking like it's going to be a close one for second place. It's looking like Brokaw Blazers taking the team title here, as they got, I believe, 7 or 8 in already in front of.
In the yellow jersey there, running unattached, is Joe Wilson, 1498.
See a lot of the runners filing in now. This is where the team battle usually is, towards that back part. You have a couple runners break away towards the front. As you saw, the top 4 really strung out, and you got 1 up front and then 3 battling it out.
We see in one of these big races, and especially some national championships like that, you see like that big pack that just ran by. It's moving up just 2 seconds will pass up about 10 people. So this is where it gets really critical to get those final spots when you're heading towards the finish line.
Most of these runners are trying to get personal bests, but at the same time, they are running for a team, trying to get a national title for that team. So
Top 3 teams receive trophies. We're here at Percy Warner Park in Nashville, Tennessee at the Cross Country Coaches National Youth Championship. You're watching the 13 and 14-year-olds 4K race. It's a series of loops on the inner part of the course.
We're not the only national championship being held today. I believe Division I NCAA is held up in Terre Haute, Indiana, former course of this very race, and there's Division III NCAA Nationals held up in Mason, Ohio. So one of the 3 national championships being held today.
Well, and I believe we ran in Mason, Ohio 7 or 8 years ago. This race was up in the Mason, Ohio area, and 3 years ago
I think that's Voice of America Park.
Voice of America Park, yeah, that's in Mason, isn't it?
That was probably the worst, horrible weather conditions.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
All right, back to your leaders. That's Andres, big lead on the leaders there, on the chase pack, and it looks like Keaton Thornsberry made a big move on Gabe, who was leading that chase pack.
Thornsberry, one of the top middle schooler runners from Kentucky, just pretty dominant in that area.
All right, coming into the final straightaway, that is David Andres from Philadelphia CYO. And coming in second place is Thornsberry. Right behind him is teammate Emerson Wells, and then Gabe Zalsley right behind them. Let's see if there can be a kick finish and anybody can pass anybody up here in this final 200 meters. Looks like an Elgin Sharks. That's Cameron Reedy giving chase to that chase pack. You see David Andres looking over his shoulder as he's realizing that he has won a national title here with only 50 meters to go. The crowd cheering him on, enjoying it. It looks like he's got a smile on his face. And 13:23. Here comes Thornsberry. I believe he won middle school state this past year, or for this past season. Emerson Wells, and there's Gabe Salsley. Cameron Reedy from Elgin Sharks. It looks like a battle between the Brokaw Blazers, Jacob Erie, and Brett Hafner, Jack Doyle, Max McDaniel running unattached, Evan Weiss, and Matthew Perrin. Saw one Brokaw Blazer come in. There were 2 Derby City. Looking like that's an Illinois Rush. Haven't seen that team before. Nashville Youth, Team Kentucky. Saginaw Speed. Here comes Brokaw Blazers. Philadelphia CYO. Accelerators. Another Brokaw Blazer. Here comes another Team Kentucky and Elgin Sharks. Looking like Brokaw is going to take the team title here. They were still looking for that 5th runner, I think. Here comes another Derby City with the orange top. Hudson Youth. Here comes a big pack of Brokaw Blazers. Another Philadelphia CYO. Quick and speedy finish here, and the boys 13-14 4K.
You're watching the Cross Country Coaches National Youth Championship in Nashville, Tennessee at Percy Warner Park. This is the 13-14 age division. They're running a 4K race. Got runners from all over.
runners from Illinois, Kansas, Missouri, Kentucky, Arizona. Just tons of states coming out here today and bringing their kids out and showing what they can do on the national championship scene.
All right, we're wrapping up here and just looking at some of the team scores. Just a little bit from last year. Nova Athletic 177 in third. Second place, Derby City Orange 133, and Brokaw Blazer running away with 23 points. It's looking like this year your top three for trophies. In third place, Philadelphia CYO, close one, 98 points. Second place, Derby City Lightning, 96 points, a 2-point margin victory over Philadelphia.
They had that 1-2 punch up front with Thornsbury and Wells.
But winning it, and in another dominated fashion like last year, Brokaw Blazers with 58 points. Not as good as last year's 23 points they had last year. But still, just running away with it here in the 13-14 4K boys division.
Back-to-back wins, so that's impressive.
Team race is not done yet for some of these guys as they're still wrapping up a good 20-plus teams here.
A little less than 2,000 runners here at the park today, running in age division races at the Cross Country Coaches National Youth Championship. This is Dodd Dixon with Grayson Brookshire and Clay Dixon. This is Dodd Dixon with KRCC Sports, and joining us is Collin Sheffield with Farnsley Middle School. Collin, tell me a little bit about your race here today.
It was hard getting out of that large start into such a compressed area, but that's why you got to get out fast.
Were you able to get out fast, or you get boxed in?
I was able to get out fast and then run my own race from there.
Well, that's great. Are you pleased with your time today, Collin?
Yes, I am.
And how did you finish overall with your time?
Probably set up there with some of my personal records for 4K.
That's great. Now, have you run a national competition before?
No, this is my first one.
Well, excellent. Now, you run for your middle school, that's correct?
Yes.
Were you able to run in Kentucky's middle school state competition?
Yes.
How did your team do?
We came in 25th out of like 49-something teams.
Well, that's excellent. Well, this is Dodd Dixon with KRCC Sports with Collin Sheffield at the Cross Country Coaches National Youth Competition in Nashville, Tennessee. This is Dodd Dixon with KRCC Sports, and joining me is Joel Kekic. Is that correct, Joel? Joel, tell me a little bit about your race.
It was a lot harder than I thought. I've never been to a nationals race before, so this was pretty fun. I honestly thought I'd do better. I just didn't think I practiced enough.
Now, today you ran with Chicago Flyers, but your regular team is what?
Glen Ellen Lightning cross country team.
And how long have you run for Glen Ellen?
2-ish years.
Okay. And do you run on a school-based team?
Yes.
What team is that?
Hadley Junior High.
And what high school will you be attending?
Glenbard West.
What?
Glenbard West.
Landmark West. Okay. And that's in the Chicago area?
Yes.
Great. This is Dodd Dixon with KRCC Sports, and joining me is Joel Kekic running for the Chicago Flyers.
All right, we are here with Coach Tim King from Team Kentucky. Coach, how did Team Kentucky fare today?
We did real well. We had a runner-up from the 15-16 girls, a third place from the 17-18 boys. We had a couple, about every other team was top 10, so we had a real good day.
All right, so basically the last few years, you've been really the main guy for building up Team Kentucky. I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, basically Team Kentucky wasn't really that much, but I mean over the last few years you really developed that. Tell us about that.
And we did a few changes in our coaching staff, and we were down probably a few years ago down to about 35, 40 runners. Now this year we're up to 148.
Oh wow.
Compared to 125, so bringing some new people in, getting more kids throughout different parts of the state, and we're going to continue to try to grow and put the best teams together so we can make a run at some of these out-of-state teams.
Mm-hmm. All right. You're also really big in the management for this meet here, so where's it going to be at next year?
It will be at Masterson Station in Lexington. It's going to be a little better for us if we do it there.
Yeah, I'd say so. I remember it was there.
10 was the last time.
Yeah, 2010. There were not that many Kentucky kids, and hopefully next year, yeah, it'll be a big one. All right. Any other closing thoughts?
No, just hopefully we'll get everybody out and keep building this thing. We're up to about 1,800 runners, and then really have grown. The last time we were here in Nashville was about 1,300. So
yeah, it's really
a big jump in the last 5 years.
It's really grown. All right, Coach King, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we're here with Coach Rob from Lowe. Coach, how'd your team do today?
Pretty good. We had a lot of personal records, a lot of individual runners on the podium today, and team finished top 10 in a couple of their divisions, so we did really well.
All right, so you're from Louisville, Kentucky.
From Louisville, Kentucky.
And let's see, you ran this last year, you say?
We ran last year when it was up in Louisville. That was our first nationals, and we're going to try to do it every year now. Came down this year, back up to Lexington next year.
So you have more runners this year than last? You just growing?
We brought 34 with us this year. I think we had 20 last year.
Oh, okay. So more, and you even went out probably about 4 or 5 hours, right?
About 4 hours to get here, yeah.
So next year, tell me about your goals.
Next year, our goal to stay together as a team again. We run just with our team. We don't branch out. And hopefully get our runners' personal best, all of them.
All right. Any closing thoughts on the day? You like this course?
Love the course. Love coming to Nashville. It's a nice little weekend trip for us.
Yeah.
We hope it comes back and we can do it again.
You and the team do anything special tonight or anything? Just checking out Nashville or anything?
A lot of us are going to go catching fire.
Oh, okay.
Go see a little Katniss.
All right. All right. Thanks.
Okay, thanks.